Okay. So for our corrections today, starting with Sunhyung, you said our many person of client is foreign company. We have uh, many of our clients are from foreign companies. Um, I think she's like a running horse. She's headstrong. Headstrong means that you are just very like you do whatever you want. You're always going and going, going however you want. You know the direction you want to go in, and you're going to push for it. Usually, a lot of leaders and managers are very headstrong, and they have to be. They have to be decision makers. They have to be very headstrong. Next, he said, "I think our company is very affected by economic situation. I think our company is very susceptible to the economy. Susceptible meaning that it's easily affected. Yeah, if you are susceptible to something, for example, I have a shellfish allergy, so I am susceptible to having an allergic reaction from shellfish. It's susceptible, I think. Susceptible. I'll have to look that up later. Yeah, susceptible. Easily affected by something. Uh, Next, Gian, you said, I'm going to abroad to study in the UK soon, so I have a time gap in my other study years. I'm going to study abroad soon. Uh, so I have, instead of a time gap, I guess you could say a gap. Actually, yeah. I have a gap between my studies, and you could just cut it off there instead of years. Um, or I have a time gap of a few years from when I previously studied. And then you said, I've been known him for about 10 years. I have known him for about 10 years. He suggests to me study in grad school and go abroad to study. You're just repeating the word study, study, study. He convinced me to pursue grad school and study abroad. I think he or she has some specific traits in which was born when you were talking about entrepreneurs. I think he or she was born with specific traits. So you just need to change up the order a little bit. Then you said Korean economy has becoming very tough. The tense of it needs to change. So the Korean economy has gotten tougher. Actually, no, you can't really say that. It's a different meaning. If the Korean economy got tougher, that means it got stronger. So the Korean economy has gotten maybe more difficult. Yeah, more difficult or more complicated. Yeah. Jenny, you said, I don't like blue, but today I wear my blue shoes. I wore my blue shoes. W-O-R-E. The weared is not a word. So yeah, I wore my blue shoes. It's not that much high. It's not that expensive. What were we talking about? Not that much high. I think you were talking about. I hope it was about money, or it's not that high. I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh,
Pause.
about what?
Pause.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Okay, forget it. Next, if I
I want to use the luxury, the more. I want to use more like luxury.
oh, that's right. Okay. Yes. Okay, I want to use more advanced. Yeah, advanced English.
Advanced English.
Advanced, posh. Posh is like kind of nice.
Sorry.
Technical.
Technically.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that it's so weird that it's so specific. Yeah, technical, advanced, higher level. Yeah. If I have some business, maybe I think he's the best way. I trust his intuition and his guidance. Yeah, intuition. Intuition is kind of like his feeling that he goes with, and his maybe his feeling based on his knowledge or experience, or going with his gut feeling, and his guidance. I trust his intuition and his guidance. You said the luxury brand doesn't get much of effective of the economy. The luxury brand is not affected by the economy, or not affected by the economy much. We a little bit worried about our employees to keep. We are concerned about employee retainment. Retaining our employees, retaining. I'm sure in HR you know, but you know. Bora, I work as a researcher in NGO. I work as a researcher in an NGO. It's more information that's related to women business. This article shares information related to women working in business. The reason why I'm correcting this is because you said it's more information, but this article was completely about women in the workplace. So there's a kind of speaking style that comes from like translating Korean to English, where a lot of times you're not very specific in a way, if that makes sense. Some people will say, oh yes, this is a kind of thing like this. Oh, maybe it's like this, or it's more like this, but it's exactly that. So when you're explaining something in English, you have to be really careful to be precise about what you're saying. Because if you say, oh, it's more like this, it sounds like you're not sure. So it's almost like you have to retrain your thinking when you're speaking in English. Be more precise. Don't just be like, oh yeah, it's maybe kind of like this, because it sounds like you don't know and you're not sure. Yeah, and then so the people that you're speaking to will say, okay, maybe you don't know. You know, they'll start to doubt you. So in this case, try to be more precise so that the people can understand what you're saying without a doubt, right? Next, you said, it's international, but I work in the Korea department. I work in the Korean branch. I don't know much about it. There's a couple ways you can say this. I'm not too sure. Or we have an expression, I'm not well versed on this. Well versed is a way to say that you read a lot about something, you're an expert about something, you talk about it a lot. Well versed, W-E-L-L, versed, V-E-R-S-E-D. Yeah, if you're well versed on a subject, you're kind of like an expert about it. You read a lot about it, you talk about it a lot. So the opposite way of saying it is, I don't know, I'm not well versed on it. Yeah. Jihan, I'm working for a company. I'm a company man. Because she said your boss is very luxury, when you were talking about her boss, because now you changed from she to your, so you're changing like because she said your, so because she said her boss or because you said your boss, and to say is very luxury is not a complete thought. So enjoys a lot of luxury, I guess. Enjoys luxury, I guess. Or buys a lot of luxurious things like that. Or just enjoys luxury. Yeah. Because you said your boss enjoys luxury, or because she said her boss enjoys luxury. Try not to change the she to your, or like that. Next, there are many things that affect people's future or attitude, like luck or parents or environment. There are many factors. Yeah. There are many factors that affect our outcome, like attitude or luck or parents or environment. Last, Renee, you said, so that's why I want you guys want to call me Renee because my name is a little bit hard. That's why I prefer the name Renee. To make it simple. Yeah. I know it sounds like, you have all these thoughts you want to get out, but in this case, you could just make it that simple. And sometimes simple is better. Just, keep it simple sometimes. Short and sweet, Yeah. Sometimes being simple is much more effective, in fact. When she has some start project, she's really, really details. When she starts a project, she's very detail oriented. Yeah, detail oriented. Yeah. When somebody is detail oriented, they want to know every little thing, right? Last, I also worked in Japan 2 years. When I come back, Korea, that time was economic crisis. I also worked in Japan for a couple years. And once I returned, Korea was also affected by the economic crisis. Yeah, you can't really say Korea was the economic crisis because of the global economic crisis. So Korea was affected by the economic crisis. And that is all of our corrections for today.